Hello, this is Chad Griffith, and this video is meant to be a basic tutorial for student use of the Moodle Learning Management System for Eastern Local School District in order for the student to take a test. We are at the school's website, and scrolling down on the main page, we find that there is a link near the bottom left titled Moodle. I'm going to click that link. You could, of course, also go to eastern.activemoodle.com in order to log in. Clicking log in, and I am going to log in as a student. The students' usernames are first initial, last name, and projected year of graduation. There are a few exceptions to that, so if it doesn't work, we may need to look up your username. My fake student has the first name Eastern and the last name Student. Your passwords have to be at least 8 characters long, have uppercase characters, lowercase characters, at least one number, and one special character. Special characters are things like the asterisk and the ampersand. Once you're logged in, you should see a list of all of the classes that you are currently enrolled in for this term. The only class that my fake student is in is English 3, so I'm going to click on English 3, and it will open a list of whatever the teacher has in terms of assignments already. I know that there's a test on here that I hopefully can take, so let's see. I'll go to this one. Attempt quiz now. Now your teacher may or may not have a password for each test or quiz that you take. If they do, it allows them to limit students starting on the tests, and then they can of course change the password so you can't get back and see your questions later. Alright, here we are in a test or quiz. Moodle calls them all quizzes. You'll see that there is a quiz navigation pane near the top left, and that allows you to navigate to any question during the test. Question 1, question 2. Here the test has been set up with just 2 questions per page. The teacher gets to decide whether it's 1 question per page up to all of the questions on the same page. It's just a matter of personal preference for the teacher. Student use here, I'm just going to randomly guess at these. I'm not going to take time to read all of them. The teacher here has allowed students to check their work as they move through, but that's not necessarily going to be the case for you. Yay, 50-50 chance, and I got it right. So if you don't have the ability to check your work, then you just answer and move on. You can move on by hitting the next button at the bottom of each page when you're done answering all of the questions. If you can check your answers, then you'll see whether or not you got them right in the quiz navigation pane. Most of the time you probably won't be able to do that. So the red for incorrect answer, green for correct answer, and yellow for partially correct answer won't show up in the quiz navigation if the teacher hasn't allowed you to check your work. They will, however, show up once you have finished the test. So I'm going to randomly guess some more here so we can get through this quickly and you can see what I'm talking about. All right. Just clicking a few more. Now I'm going to just answer all of the ones on this one that has multiple correct answers. That means I'll be guaranteed to get at least partial credit on it. That way you can see that I have now the possibility for right, wrong, and partial credit. As you're taking the test, I'm just going to go back to question 7. No good reason for question 7. You have the option to flag a question while you're going through and answering. That doesn't show anything to anyone else, nor does it say it's inappropriate, etc. It just lets you know that you want to go back to that question. So when you flag it on the screen, it also shows a small red dot in the navigation pane. So if you are on question 15 and you have finished the test, you'll want to say, self, did I flag any of these questions, in order to go back to it and look at it again. In this case, oh look, I flagged question 7. So I go back to question 7 and say, yes, that's it. I have figured this out in the meantime. And then move on. Once all of the test questions are answered, when you hit next, it will take you to a summary. The ones that say not complete just say that because I hadn't checked them. Therefore, it doesn't know whether I got them right or wrong. But if I know that I answered all of the questions, then that's all right. I can, at the bottom, submit and finish, meaning submitting all of my answers, including the ones I could go back and change because I hadn't checked them. Or if I had gone back and changed a few, I wouldn't have to go back to question 15. I could also click Finish Attempt in the quiz navigation pane. Or maybe I do have to hit Submit All and Finish at the bottom. All right, confirmation, just in case you hadn't checked all of the ones that you were unsure about. So yes, Submit All and Finish. Now, once you have done your final submission, depending on the settings that the teacher has set up, you may have 2 minutes to look at your correct and incorrect answers. So the idea there is that, especially the ones you got incorrect, you would want to go back, look at those and say, yes, I see, I did get that wrong. Here's why. Oh yeah, that should have been false, etc. Then, once you have either reviewed all of them, or if your 2 minutes are up, if that's the setting your teacher used, then you can't see the questions anymore. That just prevents you from writing down all the test questions after the fact. And once you're done with your review, you, of course, see your score. I set this one up for my students to be able to take as many times as they wanted, so it says reattempt quiz. That isn't normally going to be the case for you. So there you have logged into Moodle, navigated to a class that you were enrolled into, and taken a quiz. I hope this quick tutorial is useful to you. Have a good day.